A look at what's going on in the big picture. Storms are not likely overnight. However, there's a little bit of an area toward Rocky Mount. If it does survive, it'd be 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning before we'd ever get to, say, the Franklin area or areas of the south side, Hampton Roads area, if it survives. So again, we'll watch out for it, but again, it's not likely to survive. That's what's going on. Now, a bigger threat of rain is going to come from the west. As you can see, a little bit of a swirl going on right on into here. Well, there's a low pressure area, upper level low that's going to be moving on in, and that's going to supply the moisture for some thunderstorms coming up, mainly as the afternoon heats up. As the afternoon heat takes hold, the air starts rising, turning into thunderstorms, and that's when we can see some action move on in. 4 o'clock in the morning, this version of Future Track doesn't have those specific ones toward the Rocky Mount area lifting northeastward, but it has other areas lifting northeastward. So by 7 o'clock, we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms lifting on into the area, falling apart, but then it starts to build back up again during the afternoon hours. So a good chance of rain during the afternoon and into the early evening hours, at least through 9 o'clock. And thereafter, it tends to fall apart, and we're done until Sunday morning. Sunday, once again, we hit the afternoon heat and humidity, and boom, the air starts rising. And with that rising air, that creates those thunderstorms into the region. Now, you're going to see pockets of orange and especially red, shades of red, and even purple build on up, and that indicates some very, very heavy rainfall that's possible out of some of these coming up during the next couple of afternoons. How much rain do we get? Well, how much rain do we get overnight? We're going to stop and start this a lot. We're going to go from midnight all the way on into Saturday morning at 7. Nada, very, very quiet for the most part of the overnight hours. There might be a stray shower, but again, most of us not much of anything. Then we go into the 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Very, very little. So if you got stuff to do, do it before 2 o'clock. Here's where things are too. Now we go on to the evening hours, and by 10 o'clock, we've gotten much more significant rainfall into the area. Will it happen that Norfolk gets exactly 1 3/4 inches of rain? It's questionable, but somewhere into the area, we're likely to get some heavy rainfall out of some of these thunderstorms. So stay tuned on that. Now we go through the overnight hours into Sunday morning. All is quiet. Remember when I showed you Future Track? Then we go into Sunday during the early afternoon. Not much. We added 3/100ths of an inch, and that's it. And then we add significantly more again during the afternoon hours, afternoon into the early evening. So that's what's going on. It won't be a washout whatsoever either day. Drop to about 75 overnight, rise to about 87. Then a good chance of rain, especially between the 1, 2 o'clock time frame and on through the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Then it tends to fall apart thereafter overnight, and then it begins again on Sunday afternoon where we see showers and thunderstorms, some with heavy rain. Monday, a little bit less of a chance of rain, still 87 for a high temperature, much less rain coming up by Tuesday, 89 degrees, and the sun breaks free coming up for the last half of next week.